First at 6, the organizers of an event at a local hotel used the body of a man who donated his body to science for an autopsy before a paying audience.
His family says they had no idea that would be happening to their loved one. Fox 12's Gutierrez has more on how the man's body ended up where it did.
The man's body was donated by his family to be used in medical and scientific research. They've said publicly that this is not at all what they intended to happen. According to the event's organizer, a company called Death Science, the autopsy was billed as a cadaver lab class, which was held at the Portland Marriott Downtown Waterfront Hotel on October 17th. Tickets were open to the public, and people were able to attend in person and virtually. Attendees were able to observe an anatomical dissection on a human cadaver.
We were shocked and pretty appalled that something like this was going to take place.
KIMBERLY DILEO is Chief Medical Legal Death Investigator for Multnomah County. She says she reached out to the Marriott Hotel scheduled to host the event in October and convinced them to cancel.
The vendor then moved the event to the Marriott on NATO Parkway. I reached out to them and they declined to cancel the event.
In a statement today, that hotel's general manager said, quote, "Our hotel team was grossly misled by the client about the nature of this event. We understand the public's concern about the activities that transpired, and we are reviewing our processes for vetting medical event inquiries in light of this situation." Meanwhile, the widow of the man whose body was used in the autopsy is struggling with the reality of what happened. Quoted by the Advocate in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Elsie Saunders said, "As far as I'm concerned, it's horrible, unethical, and I just don't have the words to describe it."
I spoke with Elsie Saunders early on. I reached out to her to make sure that she was okay. She is 92 years old and lives alone. I was concerned for her. She is completely devastated, feels completely somehow responsible. It's a tragedy.
So how did the event's organizer get his hands on a human cadaver?
We were alarmed just like everybody else was.
Abtin Nasiri is manager at MedEd Labs in Las Vegas. He says the event's organizer misrepresented how the cadaver would be used.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the family of the deceased?
Yes, just want to say we are very, very thankful for the very generous and loving donation they made to science and medical education. And we are extremely sorry that this donor's body was used in the manner that it was, which was not our intention at all.
An initial investigation into the event by the Portland Police Bureau found that there was no violation of criminal law, although they say that doesn't mean that there wasn't a violation of civil law. The medical examiner does believe that there's a case here and has asked the district attorney to look into it. Reporting in Southeast Portland, Gutierrez, Fox 12 Oregon.